Oh, hi there. Welcome back. You know, events, competitions, and of course, the promise of delicious lucre, which is to say, big prize money makes for leaning in, great interest in what's happening, what's coming up, and we've got an event going to be taking place right here in Utah that we're going to have a chat about. I'm excited to learn more about an event called Grailer, and the founder and the guy with all of the info is right here. His name is Aaron Browning. Welcome, brother. Good to see you, man.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. First of all, tell us a little bit about your background, and with this event thing, even still is shrouded in a little bit of mystery in our conversation here. Set the stage for.
First of all, I want to congratulate you for getting the memo this morning about the outfit.
Yes, right. Check us out. We're kind of twinsies. I was mentioning to Aaron that usually I got a pair of nice jeans on as well. We would have been perfect twinsies. Yep. But nicely played. I love the linen jacket.
Thank you,
don't mind saying.
Yeah, so Grailer. It's the ultimate treasure hunting competition. It's the first of its kind. There's nothing like it in the country, and so we think we're breaking new ground with this idea. Utah is going to be the first event we've ever done, and if it goes well here, we're going to branch across the country. Did you grow up watching the movie The Goonies?
You know, No, I didn't. I know all about the Goonies, and I've seen the movie as an adult. And
So you have seen it, though?
Yeah, I have seen it, yeah, absolutely. And I've actually met a couple of the cast members in the Where Are They Now category.
I'd love to meet Data now. The kid with the slick shoes,
sure.
Pictures of Power.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my business partner and I, we're always brainstorming different ideas and bouncing ideas back and forth. And I grew up watching the movie The Goonies. It was one of my favorite movies. The Goonies and Indiana Jones, right? Just two fantastic films.
Adventure.
They're both adventure. They're both treasure hunting. So in The Goonies, you've got a band of misfit kids that are out seeking treasure. They find this treasure map, and they go off to find One-Eyed Willie's gold, right?
Right.
And in the course, they hit all these different booby traps and roadblocks and different ways that could kill them if they make a mistake. But ultimately, they find the treasure. And I think that movie, and also Indiana Jones, has such an appeal to my generation and pretty much everyone who's seen it.
Absolutely.
Because you have this idea of finding a treasure that would truly change your life. And there's nothing in real life that offers that. I mean, you can go buy a lottery ticket and you have a 1 in a billion chance of winning or whatever.
True.
But this is a competition. You have 1 in maybe 1 to 3,000 chance of winning up to $1 million. So we think it's gonna catch, and we think it's gonna be the next big thing.
Well, I'm thinking about the popularity of kind of adventure racing, and my good friend Dave Nugent was here last night, and he's kind of an honorary co-host of the show, very funny guy, but he's also the MC for the Dirty Dash.
Okay.
So whether it be the Spartan races or the Dirty Dash and all of these really great events, but really all you're gonna potentially get out of that is personal satisfaction that you accomplish this thing.
Well, you get a T-shirt.
That's right.
and a muddy selfie.
Yeah, exactly.
That you can post on Facebook.
It's true. That's true.
Right. There's no real treasure at the end of the journey.
And those selfies do last a lifetime, but I'm not sure they're life-changing.
But we think the Grailer is something you can play in every year because the game is always changing, right? The Grail is buried somewhere different. The competitions are different. Whereas with a mud run, they're tremendously fun.
Right.
But once you've done it once or twice, it's an experience you've had. And so that's why you've seen Spartan Race and Tough Mudder and all these big races just have huge growth in their industries. Just millions and millions of people participating every year. But it's kind of plateauing a little bit. I think people are looking for the next big thing. And that's why we're giving them Grailer.
I think you're right, man. I have to say that shout out to Stuart Burgess. Thanks to Stuart from Mojave Underground. Great guy to connect us together, and I certainly appreciate that, brother. I've got to say that as soon as I heard the concept, I go, absolutely, because people do love to compete.
Yep.
And yeah, in the modern era, sort of the personal development sort of thing is wonderful. That's very cool. Come on, prize money, right? Cash on the barrelhead.
Well, and think about this. Like Salt Lake City Marathon or Boston Marathon has a prize purse of $80,000.
Right.
Even if that prize purse was $10 trillion, I still wouldn't compete.
Right.
Because I have no realistic chance of winning that. So it's not even on my radar. But with Grailer, it's not an athletic competition. So it's not just for the crossfitting, athletic 20 or 30 somethings. It's literally for anyone over 13 years old. You could be 70 years old or 14, and you could compete in the Grailer and have a viable chance of winning the entire competition. Because what does it take to be a talented treasure hunter? It takes brains, it takes creativity. It takes working together as a team. This is a team sport.
Right.
You have 4 people per team. So really, it's like the Goonies, right? They were the first group of friends that got to the treasure in 300 years. It wasn't because they were all super athletes. It wasn't because they were the smartest kids. They just had the right amount of talents that worked well together to get to the gold. And that's what Grailer is. You put the right team together, you work well together, and eventually, if you play the game, well, you will find the Grail and win the treasure.
And I really love, as I'm thinking about comparisons to things that exist now, and your point to amplify your point of the next big thing. I think of I don't really watch the shows, but the Great Race or whatever, the Amazing Race, and those kinds of things that, on one hand, it's scripted television,
totally,
and it's pre-produced content, but also there's maybe 5 or 7 or 10 teams or whatever, but that doesn't really offer anything to someone who's saying, I want to do that too, but you got to go audition with thousands of other people. This is a little bit different, a little bit more accessible.
I actually had a close friend of mine. He said, this is the Amazing Race for everyone.
Right, exactly.
And think about it. I don't have to be the nephew of the executive producer.
Right.
I don't have to go through a 6-month casting call to make the final cut.
This
is anyone. You pay the entry fee, you're in, and you can win it.
That's really cool. Hey, let's do this. Should we watch are you calling it a trailer or a preview?
Yeah, a little preview.
A little preview. And then we'll go to commercial and we'll come back and talk more about this fantastic event. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Grailer.
Call it a quest. A quest to slay the faint-hearted you, the 9-to-5 you, the play-it-safe you. Do you accept? Hold on. There's something you should know. This isn't going to be a glorified jog. This isn't a mud-covered selfie. This is your opportunity for transcendence. Will you survive? Will you bring home the Grail? Victory will take more than muscle, more than cleverness, more than will. It will take 4. Rally your 4. You, and you. Now train. Do mountain climbers. Do trust exercises. Do mindfulness. Do up, down, left, right, B8, select start. Do it again. Do it in uniform. Find a good luck charm. Throw it away. Forge your own luck. Strategize. Internalize. Close your eyes. On your mark, get set. Do you hear that? Your unlit potential is calling. The spirit of humanity is calling. The Grailer is calling. Go. Summer 2016. Utah. Up to $1 million. Are you in?
Dude, I'm pumped. Very cool. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk more about not only about what's upcoming in the near future, but also the long term and your big plans for this really great idea.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Aaron. We'll be right back. More with Aaron Browning from Grailer.